Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Well, you know, these influencers, these e-girls, these people that honestly we should care less about, are kind of showing exactly kind of like what they are, kind of elites, etc. And it's kind of annoying, really, in some sense. It's just on how like the Oscars and all that other great stuff is kind of collapsing because we're tired of seeing rich people lavish about their lives and do horrible things. It's not quite good. So we have now another e-girl, or I guess influencer, that's charging $10,000 for a DM. Well, don't believe me? Well, we'll go directly to here. Influencer Emma Chamberlain slammed for reportedly charging $10,000 for Instagram DM. Model and influencer Emma Chamberlain is now facing backlash online for allegedly charging $10,000 for an Instagram DM on her merchandise website. Her online store, shopmidchamberlain.com, apparently gave shoppers the option to spend $10,000 on a personal thank you note from Emma through Instagram messages. Another option was added to pay monthly installments for $902, according to user screenshots. It is currently unclear whether or not this price tag was intentional. Some people are speculating it was an accident and that it was a test page, but others are not so convinced. Why is Emma Chamberlain charging $10K for an Instagram DM? This is wild. Yeah, that's a very good question. Why? Listen, I do think that I may at some point start a Gilded server. I don't really like Discord, even though you can see that maybe over here, that you can see that I am on Discord over here. So yeah, we may do a vote of which ones you want to start. I don't want to do Gilded. I want to move everybody away from what I'm talking to in Discord. This is my personal stuff, so I'm trying to make them move away from it. But Gilded might be the next thing that I do, but just one thing. You guys can message me in my DMs through email or through Twitter or locals, which I don't use very often. I can't say that I have to use it, but I just don't. And it'll be free of charge. There will be no payment for you to enter my said DMs. So I will not do that. Even though that sounds like a good business move, I will not do that because I want to be able to talk to my audience. And maybe I may have a type of feature for people that want to come into the Discord, or not Discord, but Gilded. Maybe I might have like a pay service or a paywall for something like that. Maybe, but out of the DMs, I will definitely not have a actual payment thing for that. So. Another Twitter account, Tuxedo Neo Legacy, writes, sad to see Emma Chamberlain developed a god complex mindset. Sad to see this is not even a hating, just genuinely disappointed. You can put it in your cart and start the checkout process. Writes Reddit user Hedgehog War. I didn't attempt to fully check out because I wasn't gonna risk accidentally losing 10K more to losing 10K. But if it was supposed to be a joke, there should be a mechanism to stop anyone from actually purchasing it. According to some people, the tab wasn't originally linked from the main page because it was likely a test page that shouldn't have been published. I work with websites and I'll put ridiculous things in all the time when testing functions. I just make sure not to publish. The fact that it doesn't have a description isn't linked from the main page screams this was a test page that was accidentally published to me. Adds Emma became a YouTube sensation as just 18 years old. It was later named among Forbes 30 under 30 class of 2021. Her popularity was largely thanks to her relatability, authenticity, and humor, so it's hard to believe the model influencer would charge 10 grand for a single message. Now, is this a possibility that this is the case? I mean, obviously, we see here that this is just not a lie. That she is obviously paying, asking for 10K for this. This person I saw have gone on and said, I muted the tweet and did not see this statement made by Emma's team. I tweeted the screenshot because I was curious, and we're going over that. But yeah, it seems to be relatively true for the most part. And in 2019, Emma founded Chamberlain Coffee to sell ethically sourced special grade coffee, beans, tea bags, and other merch. While it's true the young social media personality is wealthy now, and thus deemed unrelatable to many, it would be incredibly unlike her to offer young followers. So I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt and say the listing was likely an accident. If this is the case, she'll probably address it soon. We'll just have to wait and see. Emma's website is now under construction. Yeah, well, what have you. But we have this. Mr. Beast offers to buy 10K Instagram DM from Emma Chamberlain, despite backlash. The personal thank you note made available to fans, which cost $10,000, was lightly ridiculed online, to the point where many believed it to be a joke or promotional strategy. However, Mr. Beast commented beneath one of these criticisms and voiced his intent to buy one of the messages, saying, "I'm gonna buy it and see what it says." It is not yet confirmed if Mr. Beast has made the purchase yet, though he has a history of making wild expenses for the sake of content. The story hopefully provides the option to pay for the message in $900 installments every month if they can afford the full cost option. Other items in Emma Chamberlain's store include her new coffee company, Chamberlain Coffee. However, the shop has been under construction since the sales went viral, and many have speculated that the negative reaction was responsible for this. Chamberlain is not the first person to try to use this kind of monetization trick. Sites like Cameo have also seen influencers use messages or emails to get donations from fans, though none of them have ever been quite as expensive as this one. Mr. Beast is no stranger to audit Twitter interactions, having debunked this his own announced death earlier this week. Yeah, so this is apparently a thing. And we have this as well that's going on here. There has been a false, inaccurate claims that Emma Chamberlain was offering DMs in exchange for 10K. As a background, in 2018, Kozak, Emma's merch company, was testing a prospective reward program related to Emma's merch without her knowledge. In testing, they created an outrageous, never activated reward level that was not intended to be active or purchased. These rewards were never run by Emma since they were not meant to be available for sale or reward, but simply intended for internal testing purposes. You know, I believe that's a lie, and the reason why I know that's a lie is because you can have a lot, from what I've seen from messing with website stuff, is that you can have things up, right? You can have things up on your website that you can save, but never actually publish it. So essentially, from what I learned, I could be wrong about this, but from what I've learned is that you have a save, and then you have a publish. Now, from the website that I use, is that I was able to save all my information after I was done with it, but I didn't publish it. So as long as I didn't publish it, it wouldn't be shown to people. So, if all what I'm saying is true here, and from my actual experience, they managed to save it, and then publish the website. So therefore, this was not really a testing thing. This was more of them really just really publishing the website and making it available to everybody. So that has to be a lie. What we suspect is that data was activated and crawled by Google CEO indexing system and discovered by an individual who then began spreading false information to press outlets. Well, it seems to be quite interesting that it's false, since there's a lot of information showing that's showing otherwise, but okay. This was never made public and certainly was never planned to be sold or purchased. The test program was discoverable on the main page or product listing site, which is another reason that Emma had no knowledge of this. With the internet's tendency to create false narratives around sensationalized stories, we wanted to provide you with the truth firsthand and from the source. The site is currently down for internal review. Yeah, but again, you have to publish the website for this to be a thing. I don't agree with this at all. That would be a very, very rare case if the Google CEO indexing system had managed to somehow publish the website to the people. I highly disagree with that, especially if something as big as much money as Emma has. I would highly doubt that would be the case, but I digress. I mean, yeah, this is the thing. These influencers, I don't really trust them. I don't really like them. I know I would guess you could maybe say I'm an influencer, question mark. I mean, with 326 subscribers, which I love every last one of you for subscribing. Thank you very much. I don't know if I would actually describe myself as an influencer. And even if I was, like, I just wouldn't have a massive paywall like that. And the only way I would do a paywall is to maybe support myself. That would be maybe for maybe a gilded service, which I don't even feel comfortable doing that. So, I just don't know. Obviously, I'll have paywall stuff, obviously, because I feel like I need to be paid for some of my content, but I'm not going to force people to pay me for things. I would have to feel like, if I'm making content, and I have a paywall of some sort, whether it be a membership or what have you, I want to earn that fact that my content made you earn you wanted to give me money, not because of the mere fact that I am forcing you to do so. And I'm sorry, there should be nothing that's worth 5K or whatever. And I've seen all kinds of companies or people or influencers where they're offering like things that are completely out of the realm of normal people. Like I would have easily do things that would make sense. I think max maybe I would do like 20 would be like $10 or something like that, depending on like the tiers. Obviously, maybe do one for. Maybe even do something like for me, like $1 for like a basic thing, $5 for others, and 10 for like being the max. And if anything, it would be like max would be 20 if I would ever to do that. And even still, I still probably wouldn't do that. So yeah, there's tiers and things to everything. And thanks to my locals, if everybody goes to my locals account, they can just subscribe to all my content or whatever on there for $5. So I don't know. These influencers are crazy, but yeah, being caught red-handed, 10K for stuff like that, that's insane. Alright guys, that's it for the video. Like, subscribe, share, as always, take care.